Welding students, let's chat for a little bit this rising about you entering into your new environment of welding. You done signed up, you done made the decision, you put down your deposit, or you signed the grant or the scholarship to say, hey, this is what you want to do. Now, when you make this decision, when you make this decision includes time. Time. Life consists of time, fam. So if your program that you are diving into is 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 16 weeks, 6 months, 9 months, 14 months, whatever it is you're doing, you're going to have to dedicate your time. This means that whatever happens in life is going to happen. Life always happens. I remember when I was young, someone told me, if you don't create a door, if you don't create time, you'll never have none. There'll always be something to come up in your life that'll take your time. Salute. Thanks for checking in, fam. There'll always be something that'll pop up in your life that'll want to steal your time and your focus. Something. Family issues, kids, work-related issues, private issues, relationships. It's different things that can take your focus. So what you want to do is you want to make a decision within yourself that no matter what happens, you're going to make a decision to stay focused and complete this class. Because you're only going to get the true benefit of the class if you finish it from A to Z. You can't miss any stages in this. Welding isn't something you can finesse. Skilled trades are not something you can finesse. They are hands-on. There's knowledge, certain things you have to know, certain things you have to implement. You have to get the knowledge and apply it. Wisdom is knowledge applied. It's evidence. He got the knowledge, he apply it, he can show you how to do it. It's in rotation. So in order for you to turn this knowledge into wisdom, you're going to have to apply it, and you're going to have to apply your time. So what I want to say is, when you step into that classroom, leave your problems, leave your ego at the door. Just put it in the door like an envelope. Just hang it up. You can pick all of them up when you get ready to leave the class. All your problems, all your whatever things you got going on, your ego, leave that at the door. Now, I'm going to say that because we all got egos. We all got problems. But when we step into this environment, our goal is to learn something. Is to not just solve a problem in our lives, but to create something new. You don't know this. So it's going to be challenging. It's going to be complicated at times. It's going to be frustrating. There's going to be moments where, you question yourself like, man, I picked the right thing. Yeah, you picked the right thing or you wouldn't be here. But you don't know this. And you have to give yourself some time, adults especially, because when you're a child, you understand there's a process. A child understands you have to feed it at a certain time. It understands you have to dress it, you have to do this, and then it get to doing certain things, but then it still know that it's have to depend on you up to a certain age. But when you're an adult, sometimes when it comes to learning things, and we're being students, being an adult, you think you got to get it like this. You're not going to get it like that, fam. It's going to take time. Now, some people do catch on quicker, but there is a process if you're going to get it. You can't skip no stages. You can't finesse it. You don't want to run around and try to look like a welder. You want to actually be a welder. You want to know it. You just don't want to look like it, So it's like, I know many people when I was in prison, when I was studying for my GED test, they was getting people to go take the test for them or paying people. And they still got it and everything went good. But I wanted to do it myself. I wanted to read the paper, do the work. I wanted to challenge myself to see, could I do it? Because I couldn't look myself in the mirror and say, Joe, you did that. You did that, Joe. You did that. And I did, fam. And I ain't going to tell you the pride, the satisfaction, the the feeling you get, the emotional delightment you get, family, from knowing that you put some work in, you studied hard, you did your best, and you survived. There's nothing like that, fam. But you're not going to get that if you give up. You're not going to get that if you get discouraged and you say, because you ain't getting it right now, throw it in the towel. Everybody that became great at something, there was a moment where they wasn't great. There was a moment when they was a student too, where they literally had moments where they thought, it wasn't going to work out. So what I want to say to you, this rising family, when you step into this classroom, when you start learning welding, go into there and just set your problems to the side, set your ego to the side, because we all have them. If we get to talking about our problems, we'll never solve a problem. We want to solve problems. We want to solve the problem of you not knowing something, or of you wanting to change your career and get your life to a different level. But if you focus on your present problems and you're always bringing those up, and you're not going to get it, because those problems are going to always keep you from focusing. Man, I got to do this now. I got to leave. I got to do this. You always going to have that. So you have to make the time and the dedication. You know what? I'm finna focus. You're not finna keep me from achieving my goal. You're not finna keep me from being who I want to be in life. Nah, you're not going to let nobody do that. Nobody, not even yourself, fam. Not even yourself. So what I want to say this rising to you, to all the welding students out there in America, to all the welding students in the world, whoever's watching this, if you're going to be a welder, if you're going to do anything, if you're going to be a student, be humble and learn. Now, you know the difference from having a good teacher, a good instructor, a good professor, than not having a good one. We all know the difference. So if you know you got a good one, just sit back and get it all. Don't try to rush things, because surely it might seem unorthodox the way he's giving it to you. But I promise you, there is a madness to the science. Like the way that I show you how to learn the process, or the way another welding instructor or another certified welding educator show you, the way you learn, it's going to be a recipe to the madness. You're going to be like, man, why you had me do that? And then it's going to hit you. He started me off on this and had me do that, because this right here is now easier now to me. That's a process to it. Salute. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the shares this rising. So if you are a student and you are in welding class, leave your problems at the door. Leave your ego at the door. Come in with a clean slate, with like a piece of paper, and just jotting down the information you need, challenging yourself. You don't know this, but you're going to get this. You might not know it. You might not get it overnight, but you will get it over time. But you got to stay focused. You got to stay consistent. You know what I mean? And you got to encourage yourself. You got to encourage yourself. And I'm going to tell you a great thing to do. As a student, you're going to have other people in the class. So if you're not on a one-on-one basis and you're in there with other students, a lot of times you can form a nice relationships, a nice bond with them, where y'all can encourage one another, like a nice friendly competition. Hey man, I just did a good one. What you doing? Oh, let me show you what I did, and this right here helped me get better. A lot of times you can help one another. You just got to be open. You got to be friendly. There's an old scripture that says, before I let y'all go, that says, him who wants friends must present himself as friendly. So if you want people to show you love, you have to act like you that type of person that want to receive that type of love. But if you got this angry, if you got this attitude, if you got this look on you where you don't want to be bothered, people probably ain't gonna want to give you the blessings they want to give you, because you showing them with your body language that you don't want them to talk to you, that you don't want them around you, don't want them to correct you, you don't want no one to tell you what to do. You can show them that. So if you correct that some, just look in the mirror and say, you know what? I want to make myself receivable for information. I want to make myself receivable for blessings, so that way people can walk up to me and say, hey, I want to bless you. Hey, I want to help you. Encourage people to bless you, fam. Encourage people to bless you. So you students out there, make it easy for someone to bless you and give you some knowledge that's going to change your life forever. Make it easy. Just by giving them a smile. You ain't got to kiss nobody, but you ain't got to brown nose nobody, family, none of that. I'm from the hood. I get it. I'm from rough situations, but sometimes we form these defense mechanisms to deal with certain situations, and not knowing when we get in certain environment, we don't have to use those defense mechanisms no more. You don't have to be hard anymore. You don't have to be so quick to try to check someone or feel like you always got to stand on business. You won't have to do that in certain environments no more as you transcend and as we learn. So that's why I say, we have to leave our ego, we have to leave our problems at the door so we can gain this information and we can change our lives. Y'all be blessed, continues to prosper. I'm out. Hold on.